Alright. Shalom, Israel. This is the Oklahoma Brotherhood class. Precinct Officer Nashayala down here in Oklahoma City. Today we're going to talk about Brotherhood and the Brotherhood class. You know, there's a lot of crazy things that have been happening in the world. I read an article earlier. South Korea and North Korea at it again. I mean, we have to be careful, man. We have to be careful out here. And Brotherhood is the only way to counter the things that are going to come against us in the future. Brotherhood is the only way to survive in these days and times that's coming up, man. It's crucial that we stick together, love each other, treat each other fairly, morally, and justly. We do all these things, and we'll be better for it. We'll be better. I mean, because family's coming. I mean, we all thought COVID was, we thought COVID was bad. There's going to be things that come that you're going to be like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We thought the formula shortage was bad. That's nothing compared to what's going to come. But we're going to start with 1 John 3:18. I love this scripture, man. This scripture is an excellent scripture. This can apply for anything, not just brotherhood. This scripture right here, you apply this to everything you do, man. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue. So let us not love in word, or neither in tongue, man. Let us not say a thing just to say it. Let us not speak sweet nothings about a situation, but in deed and in truth. We have to put action and truth in our love. And I mean, we do that, we should have no issues. If we, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, start loving each other in deed and truth, oh man, Black Wall Street won't just be a thing of the past. We can have Black Wall Street everywhere. We can have it everywhere. I mean, especially in the ghetto. I mean, we buying everything up. The poorest people is buying up everything. The black dollar is, the black, Hispanic, and Native American dollar is what's supporting the country. But we had the worst living conditions. If maybe we use that money, that little money we do have, to operate and support a business in our community, if we prefer one another than the oppressor or Walmart or Target, if we prefer the hood store over the booming business of the great empire of America, we can have Black Wall Street again. We can have black towns again. We can have all those things again. But we have to prefer one another. And we have to do this in love and truth. We have to love one another in deed and in truth. Bottom line. Bottom line, man. We have to put action to these things. We actually have to be men and women of our word. That's what we have to do. If we say we're going to do something, we have to follow through. We have to. That's the only way we're going to build this nation back up. By showing love one to another, preferring ourselves over the other nations, which we we have strayed away from because, captivity and oppression. I understand. But we had to come back to these things. We had to come back to serving one another and not trying to take advantage of one another. That's what we have to do. So many times we see, they say, well, how come black people just can't come together? Well, usually they can't come together because someone doesn't want to get told what to do. Everybody wants to be the boss. That's one reason. Another reason is trust. Trust. We put our trust in all these other nations, but we can't even trust the man and woman that look just like us, that have the same issues just like us. I mean, if we could get past that, oh my, we can have Black Wall Streets all over America. They would come to us during this Great Depression that's about to hit. Contrary to popular belief, the economy is going downhill. Inflation is here, man. Eggs are still high. Milk done went up. Gas is going back up. Be aware. And also, I got this article before a side note. Let me see here. It says North Korea fires 2 short-range ballistic missiles after U.S. submarine arrives in South Korea. Now, War II. And so then they go to war. And America's like, oh, we can't have this. We got to help out our ally here. And so they go into war, they fighting. And North Korea is getting them, man. Oh, they getting them. Then old General MacArthur pushes them all the way back. And that's it. But General MacArthur said, you know what, let's go into China. And the Chinese was not having it. They gave it to him. Long story short, you come up, they come to a ceasefire. So technically this war ain't over. They just had a ceasefire. So they come to a ceasefire at, what do they call it, 34 parallel or something. And they made a demilitarized zone. All right? And so they've been at a ceasefire since the 50s, man. But let's read this article. Now, of course, North Korea and South Korea have had little things go on in the past where North Korea might try to do something to provoke South Korea. But, South Korea went from a third world country to one of the top economies in the world, man. I mean, that Samsung basically brought the country from poverty to a thriving country, man. But let's read this article. It says North Korea fires 2 short-range ballistic missiles after U.S. submarine arrives in South Korea. It says North Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles into its eastern sea, South Korea's military said Tuesday, adding to a recent streak in weapons testing that is apparently in protest of the U.S. sending major naval assets to South Korea in a show of force. But if you follow what's been happening over there in the the Eastern Hemisphere, over there off the Asian Peninsula, China's been beefing up their Navy. And so, of course, America's about to start sending, just sending a couple little submarines or destroyers or, you know what I'm saying, or aircraft carriers to these different military bases they got established in these different countries that they've taken over after, war and stuff, or made, ally agreements with, you know what I'm saying? So they're over there all the time, but let me keep going in the article. You'll see why. In its third round of launches since last week, North Korea fired the missiles just before midnight from an area near its capital, Pyongyang. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff said. It is said both missiles traveled around 400 kilometers, that's converted to 248 miles, before landing in waters off the Korean peninsula's eastern coast. His statement called North Korea's missile launch a grave provocation that threatens regional peace and stability. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said his government lodged a protest to North Korea over the launches, which is usually conveyed through its embassy in Beijing. He said Tokyo was doing its utmost for surveillance while stepping up trilateral security cooperation with Washington and Seoul. No damage has been reported related to the missiles, which according to Japan's defense ministry fell outside the country's exclusive economic zone. The launches came hours after South Korea's Navy said a nuclear-propelled U.S. submarine, the USS Annapolis, arrived at a port on Jeju Island. Jeju Island is a little island that's right off the actual peninsula of Korea. It's down south. Let's see here. That underscored the Allies' efforts to boost the visibility of U.S. strategic assets in the region to intimidate the North. Last week, the USS Kentucky became the first U.S. nuclear-armed submarine to come to South Korea since the 1980s. Oh my. North Korea reacted to its arrival by test firing ballistic and cruise missiles last week in apparent demonstrations that it could make nuclear strikes on South Korea and deploy U.S. naval vessels. So they showing them, man. They flexing out there like, okay, we got something for you if you really want to come over here. Just to let you know. And of course, North Korea is allies with China. And China's already beefing up their Navy. I mean, this is all little pity-pat games until it really kicks off. I mean, but this is how wars start, man. This is how wars start. It starts with flexing, and then somebody's going to do something just to take it a little too far. And they're going to be like, oh, we got to declare war, man. We got to go to war. And then next thing you know, if North Korea does something to South Korea, then South Korea's like, all right, now we got to go to war. We got the U.S. got to get involved. I mean, Japan got to get involved. China got to get involved. you know, because China with North Korea. And then Russia got to get involved because Russia and China, you know, they getting pretty tight. Just saying, man. Let's see here. Also on Monday, the American-led UN command said it has started a conversation with North Korea about U.S. soldier who ran into North Korea, who ran into the North last week across one of the world's most heavily fortified borders. This joker done crossed over the DMZ, man. Andrew Harrison, a British lieutenant general who is deputy commander at the UN command, which oversees implementation of the 1953 armistice that ended fighting in the Korean War, declined to comment about the state of the inquiry to North Korea and say that the command knows about Private Travis King's condition. I'm pretty sure they don't know, man. They don't know. And this might be the very thing. I mean, America's dirty, man. America probably, hey, one of his higher ups probably told him, hey, man, just go over there, man. We're trying to get it cracking real quick. Just go ahead, cross through the DMZ, man. You might get shot, but just do it, you know. It also says, I am in life and opposition. Oh, so like it. I am in life an optimist. And I remain optimistic, Harrison said during a news conference in Seoul. And Washington State Department spokesman Matthew Miller said North Korea had only acknowledged receiving the UN message last week and had not provided any information or commented further since then. I mean, they probably had that dude in prison torturing them, man, trying to get information out of him. Probably. There have been no new contacts since last week, Miller said, adding that North Korea also had not responded to messages sent by U.S. civilian or military officials. North Korea has remained publicly silent about King, who crossed the border during a tour of Panmunjom while he was supposed to be headed to Fort Bliss, Texas, following his release from prison in South Korea on an assault conviction. Oh, so he likes to scrap. Oh, Private King likes to get it in. Okay. The U.S. still had not been able to ascertain King's condition. A senior administration official said Monday in Washington, asked if U.S. officials had a better understanding of whether King intended to defect. The official said they still had no indication about what was going on in his mind that day. The official was not authorized to comment publicly and spoke on the condition of anonymity. Okay. Analysts say North Korea may wait weeks or even months to provide meaningful information about King to maximize leverage and add urgency to U.S. efforts to secure his release. Some say North Korea may try to wrest concessions from Washington, such as tying his release to the United States, cutting back his military activities with South Korea. Makes sense. Makes sense. They're like, hey, man, we tired of y'all coming over here. Because, I mean, they do like little military exercises and stuff once a year or something like that, where the UN does some stuff over there, and then the Republic of Korea Army gets with the 8th Army, and they do these little military exercises that simulate if they would go to war. This is our plan. You know, that's what they talking about, pretty much. Yeah, that's it on that. But let's get to this Brotherhood, because things like that is going to start happening, and America is going to have to start doing cutbacks, because when they go to war, it costs money to go to war. Money. Costs money. Costs money. And we all know when that happens, these plagues are going to start happening. Famine going to hit the land. And that's just the beginning. But what we need to do is we need to make sure we loving our brother as ourselves. And we not doing any harm to our brother, man. We can't hate our brother without a cause. And in our community, the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, man, sometimes our people do that. Our people do that. Instead of hating the true enemy, we hate ourselves. Because we know we can't go out there and, we've been brainwashed to think that we have to love the people that kill us. We have to love the people that hate us. But we can't even forgive our own people, man. We can't even forgive our own brother. We can't even do it. Why? Because we oppressed, man. We oppressed. But if we read these scriptures and we follow what these scriptures say, we can overcome any adversity. Any adversity, we can overcome it. Whether it be you hating your brother, whether it be you hating your sister, and it ain't even got to be you hating anybody. Maybe you just, the slave master at slavery getting you, and you just need a little strength, man. You go to this Bible, man. This Bible will give you strength, man. Let's see, 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. Bam, you're a liar. You can't hate your brother and love God at the same time. It's just that easy. You cannot hate your brother and love God at the same time. It just don't work like that. And there's going to come a time where we are going to be in a situation where no one else is going to help us. We are going to have to help ourselves. And when we help ourselves, it'll be beautiful. We're going to have to go to one another and start asking for services from each other. It's going to come a point in time where we're going to have to find a brother with a tow truck to come tow us, or a Black, Hispanic, and Native American mechanic, or a Black, Hispanic, Native American grocery store. Black farmers, man. They said the Black farmers have gone down tremendously. Like, they're all the way down now. It's coming to that point in life that things are starting to get heated in the countries between these two countries, man. Everyone is preparing for war. And we can't be oblivious. We have to prepare for war as well. So how can we hate our brother and still prepare for war? How can we do that? That is so selfish to do. You don't want to be that selfish where you hate your brother. The Lord calls you a liar. The Most High calls you a liar. You cannot love God and hate your brother. You are a liar. Let me see. I'm going to start back at the top. This is 1 John 4 and 20. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen. So if you can't even love the person that you see on a day-to-day basis, you interact with this person, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? How can you? You don't even love the people that you see every day. You don't even have compassion on the people that you see every day. There was this sister, I mean, she was in the world, but I guess she was in a program trying to help women and children who've been abused or whatever. And she was like, please, if you got anything, It was a sister. If you got anything, man, even $1 change, anything. And they out there all day trying to get funds for the less fortunate. That's very commendable. But how many people put money in that thing? I mean, I had no cash on me. I would have gave it to her, but I'm just saying. I said, hey, y'all got cash yet? They had no cash yet. But a simple act of kindness, that is what brotherhood is all about. Really. Really. A simple act of kindness. If you see someone struggling or needing help, just opening the door for a stranger. We don't even do that now. It's like we don't even have manners anymore. Don't even say thank you, you're welcome anymore. Don't even wave. Hey, good morning. And I know why. We oppressed. I see it when I'm out there. When I stop at the truck stops and stuff, it's like the brothers be having, like, they mad at the world, man. And I understand. But you can't be mad. You can be mad at the world, but don't be mad at your brother. I mean, we all go through issues and troubles, man. I understand this thing, but we cannot, as a people, we cannot do what they do. We can't do that. We can't do what they do. We have to have love and compassion for our people. We have to really do what the Most High says do. By not hating our brothers. I know we've been programmed to hate our brothers and ourselves through social media and music and television. But we can't follow after those things. We have to follow after what the Lord wrote in this book called the Bible. That's what we have to follow after. And this commandment this is verse 21, and this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. That's a commandment. That's an order from the Lord. That's an order from the Most High. That he who loveth God love his brother also. You gotta love your brother also, man. We have to. Because like I said, it's about to get turned up a notch. It's about to. Russia's still at war with Ukraine. COVID's still out there. I mean, be careful. The flu's still killing people every year. Be mindful of these things. Be mindful. Prepare yourselves. Prepare your minds for what's coming. And put in your mind that I have to show compassion and love for my people. That's what I have to do. Because at the end of the day, that act of kindness, you'd be surprised just by smiling at somebody and waving to change their whole day, man. But we so caught up in things that's going in our lives that we don't think to think about others. We all have problems. We all have issues. So we all should fight together and not try to fight alone. What they say is strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. That's why we do these classes. We do these classes for that same reason. So maybe somebody see these classes and apply it to their life, man. Because life is too short as it is. Why make it shorter by hating on one another, killing one another, man? Why make it shorter? How are we going to harm somebody that looks just like us. How can we do that? Where does that come from? What would make you think to join a gang and follow after somebody that don't even care about you? I mean, I couldn't do it. I never got into that life. So I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't do it. But our people do that. We got grown men out here, man. They say, oh, I don't want to glorify it, but you are. I mean, we got people doing podcasts and talking about the good old days of giving out war stories about how this brother put in work over here and that brother put in work over there, and how when we went to the pen, we held it down, and how they had a keister stuff. Like grown men talking about this, man. Keister and knives to take out to the yard just in case something popped off. Hey, I don't even want to be put in that position, man. Ain't nothing going up there. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be. But you listen to some of these brothers in the world talk about this type of stuff, man, and it's sad. Because even though they're not, what do they call it, active, they want to be. They want to be. They want to be active so bad. They want to get back out there. They still have that childlike mentality. And that's why these brotherhood classes are so needed. Not only them, not only gang members, but kids who didn't grow up with a strong role model and try to go their own way and do their own thing. And they learn the hard way. Learning the hard way is not fun. It's not. I've seen people learn the hard way. I mean, it's the path that they choose, but it is what it is. If only we had programs out here in the community, righteous programs that actually talk the Bible like we do here in the Isupk, man, you wouldn't see no more murder in the Black and Hispanic communities. You wouldn't see, you know how like the oppressor do us when they think we're out of bounds. That's what we need to start doing with them, man. Like, hey, this ain't the spot for you. You in the wrong area. We can come together like that. Whew. It'd be great. It'd be wonderful. If we could actually depend on each other instead of hating each other, it'd be wonderful, man. It'd be so wonderful to know that a brother got my back, man. That'd be just glorious, man. Glorious. Matthew 25 and 40, man. Matthew 25 and 40. It'd be so glorious. Oh, I see a couple people. Hey, Shalom, Yabashim Shabbatam, Yabashimar Thabashim Yashai. If you comment, I can't see the comments. You know, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, I can't see the comments. So lucky. Yeah, Matthew 25 and 40, man. Because, you know, even though these seem like simple scriptures, they're not simple. As far as, oh, these aren't going to help me. All these scriptures is going to help you. Let's see. And the king shall answer, this is Matthew 25 and 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, And as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me. The Most High is looking at this stuff, man. The Most High is looking at this. Everything we do is being recorded and reported. Everything. The things that you do when you think no one can see you, it's being seen. Angels is watching this, man. Always. And if you need to go to your brother and ask for forgiveness, you should do that. You should do that, man. And be at peace. If you see a brother who ain't got it, that needs it, you should give it to him if you got it like that. I mean, but some of us don't got it like that. We just need to find other ways we can assist in helping our people. That's fine. But as long as we not hating them and we have understanding. A lot of things that happen out here in the world is because brothers have misunderstandings and they so quick to get violent rather than talk. Have a simple conversation. I mean, I was young once. I understand where you're coming from. If you're not that type of person that likes to talk, or you say, well, I don't know how to communicate effectively without getting in my feelings, I got it. I understand. But we have to learn to do this, man. Because we doing this to help our people. That's what we do it for. And it don't cost you nothing to show a little compassion and love for our people to have a conversation. A lot of people just need to vent sometimes. I mean, they just need to hear somebody say, hey, man, you can do it. That's all, a little encouragement. When was the last time we encouraged somebody that we didn't even know? We just say, hey, how you doing? Have a good day today. That's encouraging, man. That's encouraging. Or if somebody says, man, I don't know how I'm going to make it. Just tell them, you can make it. You can do it. You just got to keep on putting one foot in front of the other, man. Just keep going. Keep going. Try. So what if you fail, man? Just get up and try again. Keep going. Keep doing it. You want to start a business? Go for it, man. Start your business, man. Do it. If you want to go back to school, you can do it. Go back to school. It ain't going to be, it's not always going to be easy. But don't be scared. I seen a post today. It said, self-doubt is the #1 killer of dreams. Self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself whatsoever, man. Don't ever doubt yourself. I mean, because some Christians always quote that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. Yeah, you can. You can. For sure you can. You can do anything you put your mind to, man. You can do it. Hell. How do you think all these things get invented, man? It's an idea. It's an idea. How do you think we got airplanes now? Somebody had to come up with that. I'm just saying. Somebody had to come up with that. So why not? How come we just can't even, the idea of showing love one to another? What about that? I know it can happen. I see it every day. I apply it every day. It's like, where we at? Let's go to... Ooh. Let's go to Luke 31. Luke 31. That's a good one. Luke 31, man. Luke 6 and 31. That's a good one, man. This is Luke 6:31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. Very simple. If you want to have someone look out for you, look out for other people. If you want someone to be courteous and kind, you treat others courteous and kind. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And if you're going through hell, you might need to reevaluate what you have sown. Point blank, period. You might have to reevaluate what you've sown. Just this simple but yet powerful scripture. And Luke 6:31, and as ye would that men should do to you, as you want men, women too, as you want men and women to do unto you, do ye also to them likewise. Man, how easy is that? How easy is that? You don't want to get conned? Don't con nobody. Don't con nobody, man. If you don't want to get conned, don't con nobody. If you don't want to get, maybe you contractor. If you do shoddy work as a contractor, I mean, you can't be mad if you hire somebody and the work is terrible. Just saying. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. Let's go to John 15. I love John 15, man. John 15. John chapter 15, verse 12. This is one of my favorite scriptures, man. We're going to end it with this, man. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. This is Christ speaking right here. He commanded us to do this. Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this. There is no love greater than this. Right here. No love greater than this. This is here we go. We're gonna see. We're gonna see who has love this great. Let's see. That a man lay down his life for his friends. That's a lot of love. And that doesn't always mean death. Like I said, you putting your life on the line. I'm just saying. You giving up your life to serve others. Now that's love too. That's love too. You giving up your life to serve others. That's a lot of love. And you actually giving your life for another brother. As in, like, dying for that brother. That's ultimate love. Verse 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. That's what Christ said, man. Hey, this is the end of the Oklahoma City Brotherhood class. Y'all by Shimei Shabbat Thumb to all the brothers. Y'all Shimon Thought by Shimei Shabbat to all the sisters. Shalom.